This up leg in gold and silver was first initiated by speculation about QE3, and then gathered steam after QE3 was announced. The announcement of the bond buying program from the European Central Bank ECB helped stoke the fires of the precious metal bulls. Gold and silver investors should take notice of how the metals reacted to the announcement of Producer Price Index (PPI) data by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS). The BLS releases PPI separately for finished goods, intermediate goods and crude goods. For each processing stage, the BLS releases data for "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Total PPI, Foods PPI, Energy PPI, and PPI except Foods and Energy. The table shows finished goods PPI except Foods and Energy. In September 2012, finished goods PPI, except Foods and Energy, fell to 0.0% from 0.2% in August. The consensus of economists was 0.2%. Finished goods PPI without Foods and Energy is also known as Core PPI. The reason Core PPI is considered one of the best indications of future inflation is that when producers are experiencing inflation, it ultimately spills into inflation for consumers. Further, both Foods and Energy PPI numbers "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Are highly volatile, and including these in the analysis causes distortions. Yes, we all eat and travel, therefore it seems intuitive to include Foods and Energy in the analysis. However, the data in recent years shows that when analyzing an investment thesis based on inflation outside of the Foods and Energy segments, it is best to use Core PPI. The two traditional reasons behind buying gold and silver are protection against inflation and catastrophic events. Serious gold and silver investors would want to take notice of the data shown in the "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Table and understand that core inflation isn't rising enough to justify the big run in gold and silver. Some will argue that it is not the present data but the future inflation caused by money printing by the Federal that is causing inflation. There is no doubt that this is the generally accepted folklore. However, a closer look shows that QE3 is different from QE1 and QE2, and not likely to cause inflation of the proportion that gold and silver bulls anticipate. One of the secrets to making money in the markets is to "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Understand early when the crowd may be wrong. History is replete with examples of the crowd being wrong and giving opportunities to astute investors. There was a great opportunity in buying gold and silver years ago when the crowd wasn't thinking of inflation. There are still reasons to buy gold and silver, but QE3 isn't one of them. In QE3, the Federal Reserve is buying mortgage-backed securities (MBS). The Federal Reserve buying MBS isn't the same as government spending. In this respect, the common connotation given to printing presses is a misnomer. The common connotation is "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. That the Federal Reserve creates money and gets nothing back of value in return, therefore the belief that it will cause inflation. MBS purchases by the Federal are purchases of great value. An MBS is simply a pool of mortgages on real property. In this up leg, gold and silver have been under the control of the memo crowd. The memo crowd is quite different and isn't to be confused with gold bugs. The memo crowd has been emboldened by the folklores that surround QE3. The memo crowd simply chases momentum. On "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. October 12, 2012, when the PPI data was first released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, gold and silver started ticking up. Our algorithms detected buying by the memo crowd. Perhaps the memo crowd, as if their practice, jumped on the headline without digging deep into the data, or perhaps the memo crowd was continuing its recent bizarre behavior. The bizarre behavior is buying on news of low inflation and selling on the news of high inflation. This is contrary to what gold bugs and most investors do. The buying by the memo crowd in the recent up leg has "Thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Been so strong that smart money has typically not stepped in front of the memo crowd to sell. Smart money in our parlance is collective action of ultra-sophisticated investors who know more, who know early, and who have more analysis power. The aftermath of PPI release was different. Smart money was aggressive sellers of GLD -1.16%, SLV -2.19%, GDX -1.34%, and miners such as SLW -1.26%, ADX -1.62% and EM -0.95%. Gold fell through micro supports at $1,766 and $1,760. Thank you for trying Verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Astute investors should understand the true nature of QE3, which isn't the same as the popular belief. History shows many examples of astute investors making a killing when they were able to carefully study a phenomenon and conclude that the popular beliefs were wrong. The subject is of such utmost importance to investors that we are making available to the readers of this article an online seminar titled Gold and Silver Post QE3 at no charge.